Okay, well, I'm pleased to say we're joined by manager Lou and coach Jamie from the Dorking Wanderers women's team for a recap on the season so far in 24-25. We're approaching the midway point of the campaign. Thanks for your time. I know you both just come in fresh off the training field. So as you started raining a bit out there as well, so no, it's at least we're in the warm. But no, thanks for joining us. And well, it's been a fantastic season of progress, certainly so far in the league, and we look at the cups as well. But just to recap on our last game of the calendar year, 2024, just a few days ago, we defeated Saltdean 2-0 here at Meadowbank. Megan Saunders with a brace on the day, and well, a fantastic win because we know Saltdean are up there with us in the league for the opening months of the campaign. And it maintains our 100% winning record at home as well. So we'll start with that. A great day on Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day. It was great to end 2024 with such a convincing result. I mean, Saltdean are a really good side. They're unbeaten, aren't they? Mm-hmm. We just dropped 2 points in a draw, but with Fulham. But yeah, they've been unbeaten. And every time we play Saltdean, it's always a tough game. And you know, it was really good to finally beat them.
No, absolutely, and yeah, Jamie, you're gonna.
No, I think as Lou just sort of mentioned, the last couple of years it's always been sort of like end-to-end games, always games that are full of sort of drama. But I think this was sort of the first time we've actually really controlled a game. I thought from sort of start to finish we looked comfortable in a game that posed a lot of challenges. Because as Lou said, they've got great players. They've got players that have played tiers above and dropped down. But we just managed the game. We looked comfortable throughout it, and I thought it was just a really confident team performance from us.
No, it's so pleasing to see that continuity of the home form as we mentioned, and that must be so pleasing for you guys. We've been so consistent on our own patch this season. Just testament to the group, I guess, and that collective spirit. We've had a few late wins, haven't we? I know, obviously, I think Millwall. Was it Millwall? I think I know
about 20 minutes to go.
About 20 minutes to go. We had a few late ones, so I guess reflective of the spirit in the camp, which has been there. We mentioned this in pre-season. The players who stayed with us last year and the new face in the building, just a real great spirit in the camp for the campaign so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a good. You know, some days, as I said, it was good to finish it off. We made a couple of changes, a few personnel changes, and without giving things away, we did make some changes, quite a few changes actually, in terms of different things, and the girls adapted really well. And as Jamie said earlier, it was a really good, convincing win. And I think they wanted, you know, the message was let's finish 2024. You know, the whole, you know, what we want to do is continually grow, continually get better. And it, you know, I feel like we've done that this season.
I think adding on to what Lou just said, like for me, I think a lot of that comes from prep, and I think it's obviously credit to the management team who have recruited like good staff and brought in people like you've obviously mentioned the last minute winners like Millwall, New Haven when Rach scored right at the end. Like a lot of that stuff comes from them recruiting people like Autumn, who's like our strength and conditioning coach, to make sure we're fit enough to last like over 90 minutes. Recruiting players with good standards, so the girls that have come in from Wimbledon and that have come down, having played a tier above, have those standards and the way they look after themselves. The girls that have stayed around from last year have those standards, which are like why they're still here and performing at such a good level, because they hold themselves to the same levels as everyone else. So I think having this good group that's even you recruiting players or staff and them actually doing all their jobs, I think has put us in a position where we're now able to compete over 90 minutes and pick up sort of the results like you're talking about, Dan.
No, fantastic. And then we mentioned about the backroom staff there having that impact. That just the squad in general. We mentioned it off camera before we started filming this. In terms of, especially the top end of the field, I feel like we've got so much strength in depth there in terms of players coming in and out. But whoever's in the team is delivering, and we've seen that with the goals being shared around and those contributions. That must be really pleasing for you guys as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think whoever plays. I mean, just as I said, tactically we went with a slight change on Sunday, which everyone adapted really well. And whoever comes in, I think is going. You know, they want to keep the shirt, so it's, you know, they perform and
competition for places. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
and it is really competition. I mean, we had, you know, a fantastic bench on Sunday. It makes it difficult. Makes a real headache for me. for me and Kerry, but you know, it's where we want to be. We want to be competitive. We want to, you know, have good players at the club, and we've set standards for everyone, you know, throughout the side, and they're a good group. They're a great group to coach.
I think in that regard, you and Kerry probably have the hardest job you've actually ever had at Dorking in terms of actually selecting
definitely.
a 16th for Sunday this season. But it's also, we have that luxury of sort of like players like Jade, who hadn't played as much at the start of the season, is now coming in and sort of performed really well in her over the last month, sort of really. Meg Saunders, obviously injured in pre-season, but has now sort of come in and scored 5 in her last 2. So it's, and I think 2 back-to-back player of the matches. So it's one of those things where we do have that strength and depth. But we do, but we do have that strength and depth now, where it's one of those things
knows what
where.
Happens in 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. We won double, didn't we?
Yeah.
But, but yeah, it's one of the things you have the luxury of. No matter who comes on the pitch, you're confident that they can contribute to helping us win and putting in positive performance.
And we sat down in the summer and we looked at this season. Obviously, it was all about building on last year and really striving to compete at the very top end of the division. And we're in a place where we're going to the second half of the season where we're very much in that place that we'd like to be. But what's so pleasing, and we mentioned this earlier on as well, was actually just 3 points, a win away from actually matching what we did last year. So that just immediately demonstrates how far we've come as we're, you know, around that midpoint of the season. Yeah,
I mean, definitely. I mean, it's good to be sort of near enough. How many, you know, as you said, 3 points away from where we finished last year, and we're in December, so it's really good. And you know, we're looking forward to 2025. Obviously, we're in, you know, 2 cups, finished as strongly as we can. You know, our objective at the beginning of the season is going to be exactly the same as what it is now, and we're still on course for that. So our objective is to, you know, improve not just on the field, but off the field as well, in so many different things. And as Jamie said, you know, we've brought people in to help in the club, and with the team on and off the pitch, and it really helps. It really helps to make sure that we sort of strive to be the best that we can and to keep moving this club forward.
I think, yeah, as Lou's mentioned, it's the most important thing is you look to progress, and it's obviously clear, just like you said, from the data that we've done that this season from a results perspective. Joint furthest we've ever been in the FA Cup. So it's like, from that perspective, we're actually hitting a lot of those targets. And I think, like Lou said, we know what we want to achieve in terms of League and Cup, and we're on course to do both after Christmas now.
That's a good point what you made in the FA Cup as well, because obviously we were, you know, we made the first round proper, which matched what we have done before. Hopefully next season we'll be able to just go 1 further or 2 further.
Get to the final without not bad, isn't it?
But you know, for our, you know, from our perspective, we had 2 tier 4 sides, and we went out to a really good tier 4 sides, but it was fairly evenly matched. So on another day, if we had a slightly kinder run, we might have done sort of 1 or 2 rounds further, but you know, again, that's there for next season to improve on.
Yeah, absolutely, and also can reflect and be proud that we matched up our previous best in the FA Cup. We have got the 2 League Cup competitions as we turn the corner into next year. Actually, that's the first game of the new calendar year, isn't it? We go to Staying in Town community on the 5th of January. That's when we return in the new year. And just looking ahead to the calendar year and the second half of the season, I know you touched on it there, but I guess really it is all about that continuity and looking to just keep kicking on, I guess. Any targets, any particular things you're looking out for from the team, or you're hoping the team can bring to the table as we move into the second half of the season?
I think just for me, just finish where, I mean, I think Sunday was one of the best, certainly, games that I've seen us play, certainly in the first half. And I think we just need to bring that every single week, and we know we can do it. But to bring it to every game, no matter who we play, and just to keep that momentum in 2025, because as you said, you know, at Meadowbank we're strong, and if we play like that, we're strong. And we've had some big games, and we've played Dartford home and away, we've played Ebbsfleet away, we've played Fulham away, Saltdean twice. So, you know, we've played some big games high up in the league, and we've also played, you know, the lower teams that have have been hard games as well. I think our league is so competitive, no matter who you play, it is really competitive, and we have to make sure that our we're on our A game.
That one position to go up, it really does make it ultra competitive, doesn't it? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think, just echoing what Lou said, I think that is sort of the most important thing for us, that our standards continue, and I think we have that obviously from the top with obviously how much work the management team put in sort of off the pitch in a way that no one actually sees, the amount of work that obviously Bex puts in across the week and obviously in a training session as well. So we make sure that we sort of lead by example with what we want, by the staff obviously doing as much as they do to sort of provide an environment that will allow the players to progress. And the players are obviously pulling their weight as well, and obviously helping us secure results, which are massively impressive this season. And I think that it's fun now for the end of the season, isn't it? It's just see how good you can do in the league and see where it gets you. 2 cup competitions, everyone loves a cup run, and we've won the Capital Cup twice, so it's a competition we like as a club as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got, even in our infancy, just a few years of being together as a team, we've had that success in the Capital Cup. So we look forward to seeing how we go in the Cups as we go to 2025. What's also been so pleasing that so far this season, we've got our Dorking Wanderers women's development team who compete in Tier 7, the Surrey Premier League. And they've had a fantastic start to the season. They've got one defeat here to Farnham, but other than that, I think they've won all their matches. So just to get your take on that as well, it's fantastic to see that combination of academy players and those younger players coming through and competing really well in senior football.
Yeah, they've done really well. I mean, in their first season, they've been really, really good, very good side, and the results they've got, considering it's their first season, really good. They've trained with us on a few occasions, and some of the players are, outstanding. All of them as a group collective are outstanding. So we're looking forward to good things next season for those players as well.
I think it's one of those ones where obviously for them, like you said, Farnham's the only defeat, but Farnham are a club that obviously invested, that have signed players from from Ashford, obviously in Tier 4, that have taken players from Woking who have played tiers higher. They've had good results against Carshalton, who have load backs Dorking and Southern Gals, so it's players that have been around a high level. They're competing with teams like these and having sort of close games. I think obviously Jazz has had a really good season, both with the Wednesday with the academy, and also sort of standing out for them on Sundays just with goal contributions. But as Lou said, they've had a few have come up for sessions and really sort of stood out when they've been with us. So no, they're in a good place, and it'll be exciting to see how they finish the season.
No, absolutely. Hopefully they continue to make their progress as we acknowledge it's their first season in being in senior football as a new team, and credit to Wayne and the management there for the job they're doing. We look forward to 2025. I guess before we wrap up, we just say a big thank you to our sponsors, Hope and Glory, our sleeve sponsors, obviously local companies, 10 On Engineering, Wallace Instruments, and that prize guy as well. So big thank you to them for everything they do. And Lou and Jamie, thank you for your time, and we'll catch up again next year.
Thanks, Dan.
Have a lovely Christmas.
Perfect.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, guys. See you soon. Thank you.